of the evening. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Nitin Kothari, who is the Associate Director of Client Relations at ARGA Investment Management India Private Limited. So with over 10 years of expertise in product management, business strategy and sales across international markets, Mr. Nitin has worked across multiple AMCS in pivotal roles. मैं चाहूंगी जोरदार तालियां हो जाए for Mr. Nitin Kothari, who is coming up on the stage for the fourth session of the evening, Alternative Investments.
Hello. Hi, good evening everyone. Everybody is settled in? You guys can hear me? Yes. Wonderful. Thank you everybody for joining in and gracing this occasion. Thank you Naveen and Glory team for providing us an opportunity to interact with all of you today. The task that has been given to us by Naveen today, or for me specifically, is to talk about alternate investment funds in India. Talk about how it can add a lot of value to your overall portfolio, and talk about one such idea today. Now let's start and begin with understanding what do we mean by alternate investment funds. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would have heard about it, but let's try for a broader group understand what do we mean by alternate investment funds. I'm pretty sure everybody who is out there, you guys must have invested into mutual funds, stocks, bonds, right? I can see the heads nodding out there, right? What are alternate investment funds? These are funds which are investing into non-traditional asset classes. These are funds which are investing into startups, private equity funds, infrastructure funds, funds which are investing outside Indian markets. These are predominantly non-traditional asset classes which fall under the bracket of alternate investment funds. Just to give you guys a number, over the last 5 years, alternate investment funds in India have grown at a CAGR rate of about 26%. They've reached a size of close to 14 lakh crores as of March 24. Our entire Indian mutual fund industry is about 50 lakh crores, which over the last 5 years has grown at a 13% CAGR, right? So you can see that alternate investment funds are growing at about 2x the rates of what mutual funds are growing today. Another important data set, we have met a lot of institutional investors, we have met a lot of family offices. When you look at their overall asset allocation, about 60 to 70% of their assets are invested into traditional mutual funds, stocks and bonds. But 30 to 40% of their entire portfolios are invested into these alternate investment funds. Whereas, when we look into portfolios of clients like you, about 95% of the investments are into the traditional asset classes and just 0 to 5% in alternate investment fund. So why are these savvy investors putting a lot of money into alternate investment funds? If I were to give you reasons, I firmly believe there are multiple reasons, but 3 specific reasons that I believe why alternate investment funds in India is growing at a CAGR of 26%, why it should be a slightly larger part of all of your portfolios. See, number one is diversification. When you're investing beyond mutual funds, stocks, and bonds, and investing into private equity space, you're investing into real estate, you're going ahead and investing outside Indian markets, these asset classes are not related to Indian stock market. What it does is, it adds a lot of diversity in your overall portfolio. It helps in reducing the risk in your overall portfolio. So that's one of the most important reasons why a lot of investments are going into alternate investment fund. The second reason is primarily high amount of returns. Everybody is currently investing into Zomato's once it has been listed. But had you invested into Zomato before it got listed, you must have made humongous amount of wealth. By investing into alternate investment funds, investing into real estate funds, you're able to make that higher return. And the third thing is that there are a lot of opportunities which are not present in our traditional asset classes. Let us suppose, I am pretty sure that all of you guys would have heard that semiconductor as a space is growing in a big manner. Globally, it's a big phenomenon. India wants to enter in the global semiconductor space. But are there any listed, unlisted companies in India? It's not there. So if you want to latch on to those kind of exceptional opportunities, you have to invest outside India, right? So primarily for this three reasons, there are a multitude of reasons, but primarily for these three reasons: diversification, wanting higher returns, and latching onto these exceptional opportunities. You have seen alternate investment funds growing in a big manner in India. What are the kind of alternate investment funds which are there? Briefly to introduce you, one is portfolio management services. The minimum investment in a portfolio management services is about 50 lakhs. What happens out there? We open a demat account in your name, where the power of autonomy to take decisions on your behalf lies with the investment manager. That's one of the subset of alternate investment fund. The other subset, there are three categories: Category 1, Category 2, Category 3 AIFs. Category 1 AIFs are predominantly AIFs which are investing into startups, venture capital funds, angel funds, you guys would have heard about it, infrastructure funds. Those are categorized as Category 1 AIF. Category 2 are where you're investing into startups. You're investing into real estate fund. You're investing into markets outside India. Those are predominantly Category 2 funds. And Category 3 funds are where you're investing into listed equities, as well as you're investing into hedge funds, where there are options taken within your funds so that there is a hedging that happens, or customized portfolio of 6-7 stocks which are built for you. Those are primarily Category 3 funds. In India, out of 14 lakh crore of assets which are there in AIF, about, if I'm not wrong, 60% of the assets are in the Category 2 AIF, right? So that's just a bit of background. I'm just trying to introduce alternate investment funds to all of you. But primarily to talk about one of the opportunities which is there in front of you, is a fund which has been launched by Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC, launched out of GIFT City in a Cat 2 AIF vehicle, which is investing into Arga investment managers. I'll repeat again. It's an Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC Cat 2 AIF that has been launched out of GIFT City, which is investing into Arga Emerging Markets Fund. So there are three entities which are involved out there. Let me try and get you guys familiar with those entities. The first that I talked about was Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC. I'm pretty sure everybody out here have heard about one of the largest asset management companies in India, which is Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC. The second thing that I talked about was GIFT City. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would have heard about GIFT City, but just an introduction to GIFT City. GIFT City is a physical location which is a part of India just nearby Ahmedabad, but it is considered as an offshore jurisdiction. Though it is a physical part of India, but it is considered as an offshore jurisdiction. All the transactions that are happening in GIFT City, they're happening in dollar denomination. Why was GIFT City launched? Very simply put, a lot of foreign investors, they want to participate in Indian markets, but they want to participate in dollar terms. उनको रुपये में invest नहीं करना है, क्योंकि रुपये depreciate करता है, उनका return कम हो जाता है. So all these foreign investors, they want to come into India, but they don't want to invest in rupee terms. They want to invest in dollar terms. That is where GIFT City comes into the picture. It allows foreign investors to participate through GIFT City into Indian markets, thereby investing in dollar terms. This is called inbound investments. But at the same time, that is for foreign investors. आप लोगों को क्या करना है उससे? For individuals like us, we also get an opportunity to use GIFT City to participate in global markets, which is called outbound investments. So that is GIFT City for you, which is a jurisdiction in India considered as an offshore jurisdiction. All the transactions happening out there are happening in dollar denomination, and that is where Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC has launched a dollar denominated product, which is investing into Arga emerging market strategy. So I explained what Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC is. I explained what GIFT City is. But the third term, which is Arga Investment Managers, whom I represent, who are we? So we are a global asset management company. Like Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC is a local asset management company which is offering you product in Indian asset classes. We are a global asset management company based out of US who invest in global listed equity space. So we manage funds in the global listed equity space. This is a firm that was started in 2010. It has been a 13-14-year journey for us, and today we manage about $15 billion of assets, जो करीबन 1,30,000 करोड़ का asset हम manage करते हैं आज के दिन पे. अगर आप देखने जाएंगे how many clients we have, we only have 126 clients. So I'm managing 1,30,000 crores across a 126 clients, which means each relationship for me is about 1,000 crores in size. Who are these investors? These are all institutional investors. We have large public pension fund, the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world, large endowments. These are our typical investors. But साथ ही साथ क्या होता है? Local asset management companies across the globe, they also tend to do a fund of fund structure on us. जैसे Aditya Birla is investing into my emerging market strategy. Across the globe, we have large asset managers who have done a fund of fund structure on us. Can I have a show of hand if people have heard about the name Vanguard Asset Management Company? Yeah. Just for everybody's sake, Vanguard Asset Management Company is the second largest asset management company in the world. They're based out of US. If you look at their skill set is restricted to managing US equities. तो उनको जब अपने clients को एक portfolio देना होता है जो global markets में invest करे, they come to asset managers like us. आज के दिन पे दुनिया की second largest asset management company का we manage about $4 billion. Similarly in Europe, for St. James Place, which is again one of the largest asset managers, we manage about $2 billion for them, right? So that is who we are, Arga Investment Managers who invest into global listed equity space. ये तो बहुत सारी कहानी मैंने सुना दी. So what are we here to talk about? We are here to talk about an opportunity for all of you guys to participate into global emerging market space in the listed equity space with the Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC Gift City product, right? Very simply, for a client, if I were to step into all of your shoes, और मेरे को ये decision लेना है, किसी भी product को evaluate करने का decision लेना है कि should I participate in this product or should I not participate in this product? Usually, I have 3 to 4 consideration sets in my mind. I'm assuming you guys would also have similar kind of considerations set. The first point is कि मैं इसमें अगर invest करता हूँ, what is the kind of returns that I can make when I'm participating into this portfolio or this fund? That's obviously on top of everybody's mind, right? Return कितना बनेगा, सबसे important बात होती है. The second thing is that if I were to add this fund into my overall portfolio, does it help in reducing the overall risk in the portfolio? Does it add diversification benefit or not? That's the second thing. Third, and the very important thing, is how is the taxation playing out here? Because tax takes away a lot of returns for a client, so taxation is also very important. And the fourth thing is, if I like this product, is it operationally easy to participate or not? या फिर मुझे बहुत काम करना पड़ेगा इस फंड में participate करने के लिए, right? So what I'm going to do is make things very simple for you. I'm just trying to position the emerging market opportunity in front of you across all these 4 baskets for you: return, diversification, taxation, and operational ease. तो सबसे पहले सबसे important चीज से start करते हैं return से, right? Which everybody wants to have in their portfolio, right? अगर आज आपको ये कॉल लेना है कि आप किसी इकोनॉमी में पार्टिसिपेट करो, आप उसी इकोनॉमी में पार्टिसिपेट करोगे जहां पे सबसे ज्यादा रिटर्न बन के आएगा आगे, राइट? दैट इज वेयर यू वांट टू पार्टिसिपेट टू मेक मैक्सिमम रिटर्न्स. स्टैंडिंग टुडे, इफ यू हैव टू टेक अ कॉल व्हिच मार्केट you should participate into, which will deliver the maximum returns, in my sense there are 3 variables which are very important that you should be cognizant about, जो आपको ध्यान देना चाहिए. सबसे पहले, what is the valuation when you are entering that market? What is the price that you are paying to enter that market? The second thing, how is the fundamental growth of that economy shaping up, which is again very important for you. Usually, जो ये पहली 2 variables है, अगर साथ में आ जाती है, decent valuation and good growth, usually what happens, the third variable, which is the flows, they start chasing that market और उस market से काफी return बन के आता है. मैं ये क्यों narrate कर रहा हूँ? Because if I give you historical numbers, 2001 से लेके 2010 का जो समय था, that period, emerging market index, मतलब एक पैसिव स्ट्रेटेजी जो मतलब एक्टिव फंड मैनेजर भी नहीं चलाता है, बट एक इंडेक्स ने आपको 14% कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न दिया. 14% डॉलर मतलब आईएनआर में 17-18% रिटर्न for a period of 9-10 years. You'll agree with me that is a decent amount of wealth creation that has happened for a client. So why did emerging market index deliver those kind of returns? Because at the start of 2000-2001, emerging markets were available at a valuation of about 9.5-10. हमने प्राइस टू अर्निंग रेशियो के बारे में सुना है, जो हमको बताता है मार्केट कितना वैल्यूएशन कैसा है, एक्सपेंसिव है, चीप है. उस समय एमर्जिंग मार्केट इंडेक्स करीबन 9-9.5 के वैल्यूएशन पे था, मतलब सस्ता था. साथ ही साथ अगर हम याद करें 2000 से लेके 2010 का जो समय था, चाइना वाज इन अ स्ट्रक्चरल बुल रन, व्हिच इज अ पार्ट ऑफ एमर्जिंग मार्केट. 12% जीडीपी ग्रोथ था उनका. इंडिया फ्रॉम 2003 टिल 2007 वाज डूइंग रियली वेल. केपेक्स साइकिल बहुत अच्छा चल रहा था. कमोडिटी ड्रिवन मार्केट्स लाइक ब्राजील, रशिया बहुत अच्छा कर रहे थे। कहने का मतलब ये है, you entered that market at a cheap valuation and there was sound fundamental growth in that emerging market space. So what happened? The third variable, which is the flows, they started chasing emerging market. And that emerging market index itself gave you 14% CAGR dollar return. The same thing, अगर आप अगले डेकेड में देखोगे, 2010-11 से लेके 2020 तक, that was a decade जहां यूएस मार्केट ने 14-15% कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न दिया। S&P, NASDAQ, इन्होंने इतना रिटर्न बना के दिया। क्यों दिया? सेम थिंग, बिकॉज अगर आपको याद होगा 2008-9 में ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस हुआ था, जिसका एपिसेंटर यूएस मार्केट में था, जिसकी वजह से यूएस मार्केट सबसे सस्ता हो गया। At the starting of 2010-11, US markets were the cheapest. And at the same time, अगर आपको याद होगा, उस समय US Fed ने इंटरेस्ट रेट काटना शुरू कर दिया था। They had started printing money, so they brought growth into the US economy. So what happened? The flows which were there in emerging markets, they moved to US market, and US market gave you about 14-15% CAGR dollar return. तो हिस्ट्री से हमको क्या समझ में आता है कि अगर आज हमको इन्वेस्ट करना है आगे 4-5 साल के लिए, I have to be very cognizant about the valuation at which I am entering the market and how is the fundamental growth of that economy shaping up, right? So today, let's make things very simple. Because we are talking about global investment, मान लीजिए आपके पास 3 ऑप्शन है। पहला कि आप यूएस मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, जो सबको करना पसंद है, कुछ लोगों ने किया हुआ भी होगा। दूसरा, आप डेवलप मार्केट्स में कर सकते हैं, जैसे यूरोप, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, फार ईस्ट, वहां पे आप इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं। इसमें कर सकते हैं जो ब्राजील, साउथ कोरिया, ताइवान जैसी ज्योग्राफीज है। अगर ये 3 ऑप्शन आपके पास है, तो सबसे पहले आप देखिए कि व्हाट इज द वैल्यूएशन अक्रॉस ऑल दिस 3। यूएस मार्केट्स टुडे फ्रॉम अ वैल्यूएशन पर्सपेक्टिव आर क्लोज टू 30। इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ यूएस मार्केट दिस इज द सेकंड मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव दे हैव बीन। तो यूएस मार्केट आज के दिन पे बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है। जो आपका डेवलप्ड मार्केट्स है, दे आर ट्रेडिंग एट अबाउट 15-16, व्हिच इज डिसेंटली वैल्यूड। एंड द थर्ड, व्हिच इज इमर्जिंग मार्केट, is again available at a valuation of 8.5-9, which was last seen in 2000-2001. उस समय अगर आपने इन्वेस्ट किया था इमर्जिंग मार्केट में, इंडेक्स ने आपको 14% कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न दिया था. So from a valuation perspective, you can see that emerging markets are trading at 1/3 the valuation of US market today. So valuation के हिसाब से तो emerging market makes a lot of sense. But हम सबको ये भी पता है कि जो चीज सस्ती होती है वो सस्ती भी रह सकती है. Until and unless there is sound fundamental growth in that economy. So when you look at from a growth perspective now, US market महंगा तो है, but when you look from growth perspective, US market का growth करीबन 1.52% GDP growth है, not very exciting. When you look at developed markets, Europe, Australasia, Far East, again there is energy crisis, 2.5% से grow कर रहे हैं. But when you look at emerging markets today, emerging market का जो पूरा composition है, उसमें आज के दिन पे करीबन 17-18% इंडिया है. इंडिया 2 साल पहले emerging market में सिर्फ 6% allocation हुआ करता था. Because of the kind of growth that we have seen today, we have become about 17-18% allocation in emerging market, which is bound to grow at about 7.5-8% GDP. इसके अलावा, I touched upon semiconductor as a space. आप देख लीजिए अगले 3 से 5 साल में, one sector which is going to grow very well is the semiconductor space. आप electric vehicles use करो, telephone, phone, watches, anything that you use, semiconductors is going to be used. आज के दिन पे semiconductors are only manufactured in 2 geographies, which is South Korea and Taiwan, which are 30% in the emerging market. If you look at Brazil, after the commodity cycle coming back, they have started to do really well. Last year, Brazilian index, Bovespa index, was up by 33%, more than Indian markets. कहने का मतलब है, the emerging market is not only cheap, but there is about 4-4.5% GDP growth which is out there in the emerging market. So what I'm trying to say is that we saw the first decade which belonged to emerging market, the second which belonged to US market, but the third decade, जो आज के टाइम पे है, because emerging markets are dirt cheap and there is sound fundamental growth, flows are going to come into emerging markets and that is where you are going to make maximum returns. ये तो बहुत अच्छी कहानी मैंने सुना दी. But as a client, you are only worried about what is the kind of returns I can make, right? मेरे को तो numbers चाहिए, right? So let's try and see some of the numbers that we can use the data to try and predict what can be the kind of returns that you can make when you're participating into this product. She's just going to bring up a slide, the flip slide that you're seeing. Hope you guys are able to see the slide. People out here, please focus here. आप लोग इधर देखिए. This is for US market. ठीक है? यहाँ पे आपको last 26 years of data दिख रहा है US market का. यहाँ पे आपको एक डार्क ब्लू लाइन दिख रहा होगा और एक लाइट ग्रे लाइन दिख रहा होगा. I'll request everybody to pay a lot more focus out here because it's a very important chart. It gives you a direction what can be the future returns that you can make when you're participating into any economy. यहाँ जो dark blue line है is basically the inverse of PE which is mentioned on the right hand side y axis. इसका मतलब अगर आप 2000 का साइन देखेंगे जब जो डार्क ब्लू लाइन सबसे नीचे है उस समय यूएस मार्केट सबसे ज्यादा एक्सपेंसिव था 37 38 के वैल्यूएशन पे था उसी के आगे जाके अगर आप देखेंगे आज के टाइम पे which is 2024 you can see US market is closer to 30 almost the second most expensive that they have been. What I started talking about that US markets today are very expensive that is shown on this chart but that's not the important message of this chart. The important message is the light gray line that you see. आपको दिख रहा होगा कि डार्क ब्लू लाइन के साथ एक लाइट ग्रे लाइन भी है जो 2014 में रुक रहा है. ये जो लाइन है ये आपको बताता है कि अगर आप किसी भी टाइम पे यूएस मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करते, यूएस इंडेक्स में इन्वेस्ट करते और अगले 10 साल तक इन्वेस्टेड रहते तो आपको कितना कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न मिलता जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड वाई एक्सिस में मेंशन्ड है. लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. सबको वो 2008-9 का टाइम दिख रहा है जब जो डार्क ब्लू लाइन सबसे ऊपर है आफ्टर ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस. दैट वाज द टाइम यूएस मार्केट्स वर द चीपेस्ट 10-11 की पी में अवेलेबल था. अगर उस समय आपने यूएस मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट किया होता तो आप देख सकते हैं जो ग्रे लाइन है ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इट इज पॉइंटिंग टुवर्ड्स 14% कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न. मतलब जब यूएस मार्केट सबसे सस्ता था उस समय अगर आपने इन्वेस्ट किया होता तो आपको 14% कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न मिलता अगले 10 साल के लिए. वहीं अगर आप 2000 का टाइम देखेंगे जब यूएस मार्केट सबसे ज्यादा महंगा था 37-38 के पी में था उस समय अगर आपने इन्वेस्ट किया होता अगले 10 साल you would have made -3% कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न. What this chart is basically telling you that if you buy a good business at an expensive valuation आपका अगला 10 साल का रिटर्न बहुत ज्यादा नहीं होता है. If you buy the same good business at a low valuation, आपका अगला 10 साल का रिटर्न काफी हाई होता है. That is why both these lines, one is inverse of valuation, the other is next 10 years of returns are very correlated. आप देख सकते हैं दोनों same direction में move कर रहे हैं. The biggest gist of this slide is कि अगर आज के दिन पे at a valuation of 30, you were to invest in US market, ये सोच के कि last 10 years of returns have been good for US market, the dotted line is showing you कि अगले 10 साल आपको 0% कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न मिल सकता है. Simple gist, US markets are expensive. Try and stay away from them because they don't have a lot of potential to make returns. But we are here to talk about emerging markets today. If you can just change the slide to slide number 39, which shows the same chart for emerging markets that we are talking about today. You can see from this chart, जो emerging market आज के टाइम पे है, ऊपर आप देखिए करीबन 8.5-9 के वैल्यूएशन पे है. जो डार्क ब्लू लाइन है आप देख सकते हैं आज के टाइम पे 8.5-9 के टाइम पे है, which across the last 26 years is the cheapest emerging markets have been. The last time emerging markets were this cheap was during 2000-2001. उस समय अगर किसी ने emerging market index में पैसा डाला होता तो उस समय आपको 14% कैगर डॉलर रिटर्न मिला था, which is 17-18% कैगर रिटर्न in INR terms. What this chart tells you is that today, blindly, if you were to invest in emerging market index, it has a potential, जो dotted line आप देख रहे हो, tells you it has a potential to add about 11% CAGR dollar return to your portfolio. That's the potential just of the index. But Arga Investment Managers, we are an active manager. हम index में invest नहीं करते. हम actually best businesses में invest करते हैं ताकि हम index को outperform कर सके. Arga has been running their emerging market strategy for the last 10 years. We manage about $7.7 billion, करीबन 70,000 करोड़ manage करते हैं in the emerging market space for more than last 10 years. Globally, we have been one of the best performers in the emerging market space. So let's see how we have performed in the emerging market space. Ma'am, if you can change the slide to the next PDF. And just zoom this. This is our performance. You can see on the left hand side, the fund was started in July 2013. That's fine, that's fine. If you look at the 1 year, on the top line, the 1 year return for us, back. I have the numbers in my head. So last 1 year returns for us is about, one more slide back, ma'am. The last 1 year returns for us has been about 10.4% in dollar terms. Index, which is the third row, has delivered about 8.2. So I've outperformed by about 2.2%. Last 3 years, Emerging market index is down by -5% CAGR, क्योंकि चाइना ने -20% CAGR रिटर्न दिया है. उसी मार्केट में we have delivered 7.3% CAGR dollar return, which is an outperformance of about 12 to 13%. Last 5 years, we have delivered 9.2% CAGR in dollar terms. Index has delivered 2.2. What you can see is that across time frame, we have outperformed the index by about 13% sometimes, about 7-8% across different time frame. But the right expectation setting to our client is that over a longer period of time, we will outperform by only 4-4.5%. That is what you can see over the longest tenure. हमने 4-4.5% से outperform किया है. तो अगर as per the last slide, emerging market index, a passive strategy can add 11% dollar return to your portfolio. I continue to do what I've been doing for the last 10 years. We follow the same process, same people, and outperform by just 4 to 5%. We're looking at making about 15-16% dollar return, which in INR terms is about 18-19%. So that's the number one thing that we were talking about from a return potential. This is the return potential when you're participating into this portfolio. You can close the slide. The second thing that we had to touch upon was diversification. आज के दिन पे आप अगर अपना पोर्टफोलियो देखोगे, your portfolios will be pretty much in the Indian asset classes. You would have just invested into Indian markets, right? When you add an emerging market portfolio, you are investing into geographies like Brazil, which has the second largest oil and gas producer in the world. You're investing into geographies like South Korea, Taiwan, which are dominated by semiconductor plays. You're investing into geographies like China. We have some allocation to India also. So what is happening is you are adding a geographical diversification to your overall portfolio. You're de-risking yourself slightly away from India, which is very important, right? That's the diversification benefit which is coming in. Third, we talked about tax. Taxes for this fund, if you stay invested for more than 3 years, is 20% with indexation benefit, which comes to around 11 to 12%. So, जो आपका India में long-term capital gains है, that's the kind of taxes which is out there. The fourth, I talked about operational process. This is a pooled vehicle. आपको सिर्फ इसमें पैसा ट्रांसफर करना है, and you get unit and NAV allotted for you. You don't need to open a demat account. आपको कोई बैंक अकाउंट खोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. So when you look at this product that we are offering, it's a product and it's an opportunity to participate into emerging markets. Why emerging markets? Because it can deliver you 15-16% dollar return, 18-19% CAGR INR return. But that's not the most important part. It adds a lot of diversification benefit. That is the purpose of alternate investment fund. It helps in reducing the risk in the portfolio. Number 3, it's a tax efficient vehicle. Number 4, it is all happening in an operationally easy manner. So that's the opportunity which is there in front of you. It's one of the unique products that has been launched out of GIFT City, which is investing with a global asset manager like Arga Investment Manager. Just one last thing from my side, because it might matter to a lot of you. A lot of clients today wants to create dollar assets for themselves. क्यों बनाना चाहते हैं? क्योंकि उनकी kids को वो बाहर पढ़ने भेजना चाहते हैं, right? Today, when you participate in this product, you use your domestic bank account and participate into this product. 4 साल बाद जब product mature होगा, आप अगर चाहो तो वो dollar asset बाहर लेके जा सकते हो, इंडिया में लाने की जरूरत नहीं है. So you are able to create that dollar asset. मान लीजिए you have a kid who is going to US after 4 to 5 years. आज के दिन पे USD INR rate is 83. राइट 4-5 साल बाद 2-3% जो डिप्रिशिएशन होगा वो करीबन 100 के आसपास होगा. तो अगर दिस इज द लास्ट वन, सॉरी. सो द लास्ट, this is where when you participate in this product, you also have an opportunity to create dollar assets for yourself. I've been given multiple warnings, so I need to move out of the stage. Just a reminder for everybody, it's an opportunity to make good returns, good diversification, tax efficient vehicle, as well as happening in an operationally easy manner. We are happy to connect with all of you one-on-one if you are interested after this event is done. Thank you everybody for patiently listening to us. Thank you very much.
A big round of applause for Mr. Nitin Kothari. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us the insights of the market. I hope it was informative for all of you.